Alright, homosexuals. Welcome back. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. I've not played this game for a month. We're back to this song, huh? Yep. We were, oh man, oh no, it's the chick with her feet again. Oh no. Oh dear God, why am I so turned on? No, not like this. Not like this. I already want to colonize her. Why? Why? No. It can't be like this. It can't be like this. Oh, frick, I don't remember what to do here. Well, anyways, I definitely bend them over and spread their cheeks, specifically the women. I specifically mean the women. Oh dear God. Man, dude. Oh my gosh. I pick up this game and this chick's giving me a massive stiff. What the frick? God, this game. Why? How do you run again? Okay. What the? You again? Uh-oh. You know, something I find very interesting about a lot of games coming out nowadays? The visuals are getting more and more striking in games. Games are looking better and better. Now, the games have become more and more soulless. There's no story. What the frick is that? A water... okay. Air bubble, actually. I think that level designers have gotten better. You play a lot of older games, and they have some of the worst level design you will ever touch. However, you look at the games coming out nowadays, and the level design or the world design, both of them, it's just gotten simply better. Everything's beautiful, very eye-catching to look at. Oh dear God, what are we using? I gotta level it up. We got the Luminos. Yes, sir. Oh man, I forget. Dude, I can't believe I haven't played this for a month. Holy crap. Nice breasts. That freaking Asian chick has me, she's got me with that jungle fever, whatever the frick you call it. I have to colonize. Anyways, like, I noticed that games are just looking better. You know, visually speaking, they're looking better. Now, again, they're soulless. The stories are trash. Writing and storytelling nowadays is so bad, and don't forget to read my books in the description, but you know, writing and storytelling is not very good anymore. It's a very weird trade-off. You know, you look at a lot of older games and their stories were just better. Way better. The writing was better, the characters were better, but the world design, the level design was absolute trash in most games. Most games, absolutely. Wow. Really bad. The game, Tainted Grail of Avalon or whatever, that game has some really good scenic locations. So, you know, you still have some people doing a good job out here when it comes down to games. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? Apply shell? I don't know. All right, let's do this. Why not? Sure. And the women are not as attractive anymore these days. That's so unfortunate, you know. I mean, Maul should not be flat-chested, but they did that to her. This chick's not really flat-chested, but they should be larger, and there should be cleavage, and there's not. You know, if this were a game that came out, you know, back during the days of the 2000s, where Ninja Gaiden came out and other games like that, we would have a bunch of busty chicks still in these games. And I would have an even greater raging boner. But instead, that's not the case.
This will be useful.
Okay. What's up? She may. I have no idea what I'm doing. Not even a clue. What am I doing? I don't know. Oh dear God. Oh my God. Ah! Wait, what? No. Yeah, there we go. On guard, biatch. Get wrecked. Nerd. That's right. Hot girl magic. That's what we're on about. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? I forget how this game works. Damage dealt is high. Okay. I feel like I'm missing one of my abilities here. Alright, let's do Pussy. I'm gonna wreck you in the Pussy. Freak, son. Get wrecked. Oh, dang! That damage!
Well, that will help.
Expedition 68, Elodie. It's a miracle any of us survived. We were caught in the maelstrom and flung from wave to wave. We lost the moon and the stars, condemned to a never-ending darkness of punishing rain and raging clouds. The paintress sent a storm to overcome us, but it is we who have overcome the storm. After surviving that, crushing those Nevrons was almost an afterthought. Strength and resilience, it's how we survived that storm, and it's how we grabbed victory. It wasn't even a battle. It was an ink bath. We squeezed those Nevs dry. But this new one looks
That's hot.
tougher than the others.
So many. I don't like this.
They all dead, man. What's down here? Oh my. What? Is this a different way of getting to the same place? So where was I going previously? Okay. Awesome. Okay.
Interesting.
course. Oh dear God! I dodged it. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow. That is one heck of a basic attack.
Let us stain them.
Oh, frick, son. Oh, you jump. Oh, and then there's a counter. Yay. I don't know. I don't know. Ucha, biatch.
Let us stain them.
Wrecked. Ah. Okay. All right.
For those who come after.
The soy boy's over 9,000.
We can use that.
That was one heck of a detour. Very, very extensive right there. Alright, so there was the other way. I could have gone this way too. Oh. So what's over here? Oh my. Can I change my target? Please? Please? No? Okay. Uh-huh. Wow.
Feel the burn. Ready to evade.
Get ready.
Oh, I'm a dodger. I blocked? I blocked? Okay. That was the wrong button, I guess. I pressed the wrong button.
Chrome is flowing.
Now, this one is gigantic.
Avoid those at all costs.
Crazy. Why is he sitting there, though? What are you doing? Oh. Oh, no. Oh no. There's no healing here? Oh man.
Flowing.
I forget, how do you bypass that? I don't know. Oh dear God.
Thunder. Dodge Kasab.
Oh! 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 She man.
Henrik.
I'm gonna bust you up. She man. I don't know what the best way to deal with this guy is. He's guarded, so pretty unaware. Please die. So I guess the mimes imitate other characters. That's my guess of what they are. There's something weird about the mimes. Biatch. Okay. Jeez. Frick, man. I don't have a stance. Your mama don't have a stance. Ooh. Got him. Bro, I feel like I'm vibing out to some freaking French karaoke right now. This is how the homosexuals feel.
Hurts.
Perfect. Wow. Biatch. Oh, F yourself. Pussy. Whack it in the pussy.
Precise strike.
Wow. This guy really won't die, huh? Oh, can I overcharge yet, bruh? F you.
Is coming.
Come on. Die already. Oh, queer.
Strike!
It's never good enough.
Ready to evade.
Oh! Oh! Alright. Retard.
I'm ready.
Yeah, get your feet back over here. I need to nibble on those toes. You can't die yet, biatch.
For those who come after.
Please die. Please die, you homosexual. Do it in already.
Finesse and
Why will you not die? What's the deal? Queer. Okay. Very funny. Very funny game. Oh, frickin' mother F. Oh! 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 Oh wait, what was that? Wait, what does that mean? What does the X mean? I don't get it. What does it mean? Do 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 do. Hot girl magic. Man, I seriously want to bend her out. Okay, I guess we can do swift stride. Going down, biatch. That is so much damage. Oh, please, no, not again. Oh, come on.
finesse and grace.
The basic attack does so much damage. Might as well play the whole game with that. I can change her hair. Did she look hotter? Am I down bad? Does that make me down bad? Nah, she looks like a feminist. Nah, I want to break her out with that hairstyle.
Perfect.
Second wind.
Oh, no. Whatever.
Not looking good.
You're telling me. I suck. What? Oh my? Did I dodge? Alright, see you later. Oh, his weakness is fire? Well, I guess it's time to bust those cheeks.
Feel the burn. I'll do it. Brace yourself.
I'm sorry?
Stars.
Can I dodge?
A storm is coming. Ready to evade.
He doesn't like fire and lightning? Oh, come on, man. I give up. What the frick? What does it take to dodge? Gay. Gay. Freaking gay.
Yeah. Ready to parry.
Where am I? I was about to quit the game. Right there. It was about to happen. So close. So close. Okay. 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 Okay, cool. Cool.
Sword is death.
A storm is coming. I'm ready.
Nope. Nope. No. Come on, man.
Flames. On me.
Mael, look out!
Gustav, don't die.
Get ready.
My sword is death.
Gay.
I can do it. Ready to go. Anka. Flames on me. Please survive. Ready to parry.
Get ready. Get ready. For those who come after.
Wow. Yeah, what's up, whore? We've been busy, biatch. Needed you the whole time. And you're not here. Sad. Ooh, that damage.
Flowing.
Hello. Really? Game is wicked loud. Nice. You got another Pictos? Okay. It appears I need to use this. A virgin skin? Wow.
This building has a certain melancholy beauty. A lone outpost of humanity nestled amongst the corals. A sailor lost at sea.
Our resident cynic is now a poet.
Wouldn't expect a Cartesian engineer to understand beauty.
What the frick, bro? I feel like I just listened to a man write a line, dialogue line, for a woman. Because that's exactly what that was. No woman has ever spoken that way. None. Only the women who think they're men. Only them. Only them.
A storm is coming.
Wow.
Gustav, don't die!
Too easy.
Interesting.
You know, it's a little bit interesting with this game. I would have to say that the gameplay is a little bit vexing. There's something about it that gets under your skin. Wait, is this a new one? Where does this go? There's something about it that gets under your skin. Something about it that's a little bit frustrating. I try to appreciate what it is that they've made, what it is that they were working on, what it is that they were making, but at the same time, there's something about it that still kind of irks me deep down.
This was weak.
What the biatch? Okay.
I'm ready. Careful now.
So far, though, I would say that the best games of this year are this game, and I'm not really saying that this game's that good. There's a lot of criticisms I have, of course. Oh, dear God. But it's this game and the Tainted Grail of Avalon. That game as well is pretty good. That's pretty much it with everything that I see. I'm hoping I get to a point where combat doesn't feel as vexing in this game. You know, I want to like the game and I don't want to be too critical. It's just the way I am. Oh, dear God. I just don't know yet. Wow, what the frick? Very good.
This will be useful.
Oh dear God. That boss just had a child. Try me, biatch. You're not gonna win. It's not even possible. Alpha male energy right there. Absolute alpha male. What Chad? Oh my.
Ready to evade.
Huh?
Chroma is flowing.
Not bad.
Well, that will help.
That's not... I totally selected the other guy. Well, that was easy. I'm thinking about a game right now that allows you to play the whole game automatically. The whole thing. I always find it amazing whenever a game allows you to play the whole thing automatically. You don't have to do anything. I think I'm thinking of Near Replicant. There's another game, but that's one of them. But there was a game I played last year, and you could play the whole game automated, and I was just like, man, they really did not expect people to play this. Very fascinating. The Tree of Life. I feel like I'm supposed to go this way. I wanted to investigate the other direction. Oh, look at that whale. Dude, the ocean must be so freaking scary to be in. Imagine being underwater, actually under... I mean, there are some freaking scary fish underwater. But imagine being underwater. Like, we never actually think about that. What would it look like or feel like or be like to be underwater? I mean, that it would probably be a very terrifying experience. Who the frick are you? Bro, I have to get back to where I was. Whatever, though. I'm a completionist like that. I have to be everywhere that the game makes available. Because homosexuality. Let's do this, biatch. You and me. I'm touching you in the booty hole. I'm sorry? I'm sorry? I'm sorry?
Not leaving you behind.
¿Qué pasa?
Feel the burn.
Your mama feels burns. In her for JJ. Can I hit this? Biatch. Oh, I got... Oh, screw you. Get wrecked. Loser. Yeah, I can heal. How you like that, punk?
I'll do it.
Come on, bro.
I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. Screw you.
I'm back.
Oh, gosh, dang it.
No margin for error.
Come on. This game is so,
Let's
oh my, please. Oh, come on. Oh my, do yourself in. Okay. I wonder why all the other expeditions failed. My boss babes are not strong enough. Come on. You ladies need to figure out the workplace better than this. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, dog.
not leaving you behind.
I hate my life. Alright, heal myself.
Lunig, watch out!
Frick, man, screw you. Ay, 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 ay. What a great heal. That's just great. Frickin' A. Get wrecked, clown. Come on! Oh! Come on, man! Screw you! Gosh! You know, the game doesn't feel difficult, it just feels annoying. That's just exactly how I feel right now.
Let's spill some ink.
I need to get rid of you. Just leave. Please. Thank God. Oh man, I'm getting better. I'm doing it, Shaniqua.
Get ready.
Oh. So gay. So gay.
No margin for error.
Okay.
Say it again like that. I'm nearly finished. Oh, come on! Oh, I pressed the freaking button. Screw you! Dear God! Gay!
For those who come after.
I better get some no. End yourself. Is it not actually better? I guess not. Yeah, it's not.
Well, that will help.
Leveling this stuff up is pretty easy. Breaking a target? Who can break a target easily? I feel like it's only Gustav. I get that. I get that idea. I don't know. Oh, I can't go back? Well, I hope I picked up whatever was down there. I think I did. I totally don't remember. I think it was just that weapon, right? I feel like I should have gotten something else. Oh, am I done here? Oh. I'm done? Okay. Is that real? Is there a map? There's no map. I really need to use my chroma catalyst. What the frick? Dear God, I want to bend this woman over. WTF. What are the skills? I always forget. These? How many points do I have? Oh. Jeez Louise, man. Can I cry yet? Is this sad enough that we can cry? Yeah, the one sad little rose. Literally gonna kill myself, it's so sad. Oh, yeah, that memory. Yeah, might as well do it in. She was hot though.
Watch out!
You're right.
I would have totally split those cheeks.
It only attacked when...
Coming.
Okay. I'm jumping? I'm sorry? I'm sorry. It totally feels like I should jump on that one, but no. Okay. How about you go end yourself, dog? Freaking A. Oh wow, we're getting snazzy with the music now, aren't we? Wow, I feel like I'm having a techno jam. Wow. I am totally autistically vibing out to this. Feel like an alpha male.
Feel the burn.
Okay. I'm not in my defensive stance. How do I get into that? How do I do that?
Flames. Brave.
Whoa.
A storm is coming.
Crazy. It's not like I've seen that before. Alright, so he does not care about ice. Fire seems to do alright. It's growing flowers. Oh, well, frick. Got it.
From fire.
Let's go, girl boss. Nice damage. What the F? Okay, gay. Flower power. Yeah. Oh. See, Poppy and stuff. She-Man. I should have done that differently, but the homosexuals win again. Wait, whoa. Do I get extra damage on this? I don't know. Nice damage, biatch. Totally spreading those cheeks later. Totes worth it.
Feel the burn.
Oh no, I don't have my AP. Ay. Oh, frick.
From fire. Let's push forward.
Man, it's looking rough.
Thunder.
Oh, that damage. Okay. Got it. Oh my. Frick.
Gustav, wait!
Oh no.
It seems peaceful. As long as we don't touch the flowers.
Yeah, let's not get
Woman
too
moment.
sentimental. It's still a painter's creation.
Racism. Yeah, she's on crack. I made a thumbnail on that once.
Putain! Damn, Maya, what was that?
It felt familiar somehow.
Gustav, we won't
Okay.
understand what's going on if we kill
Nice
everything
press.
that moves.
Look, a red tree. The gestural village must be ahead.
You know what Nevrons are capable of.
She'll be fine.
You know,
She'll be fine.
yeah, whatever. That kind of passive aggressive writing there. I mean, it's just so modern day. Man, I miss the way that writers used to write, if I'm just being honest. It's so hard because I don't want to be too critical about a lot of things, but it's like, also we need to be honest. I mean, I seriously miss the way that writers used to write. We always have to ease off every dialogue line. I notice this in so much of our media. It's like you can't just... Somebody said this recently. It's similar to a couple of other things, a couple of other topics, which is the death of... Nice blood on your face. Biatch. Looks like me after last night with my wife. Anyways, the death of sincerity, and I think that's an interesting idea where not exactly to get too carried away with it, but we're not getting carried away, so anyways, moving on. A lot of our dialogue and a lot of our characters and the way that everyone exchanges in stories nowadays, the sincerity's missing. It's gone. I mean, you know, here's the issue. Today we are plagued by materialism, feudalism, and I mean futility, feudalism. Everything's about nihilism, and that is what existentialism ultimately comes down to, and that's also what, because it demeans spirituality. I mean, if you're spiritual nowadays, you're viewed as a complete idiot, and yes, modern Christians are complete idiots, but, you know, we don't have a traditionalist, spiritualist perspective anymore on things. And so, we lost all the boons of a mature spiritualist mindset, and now we just make fun of anything that has to do with spirituality. Well, the greatest heroism comes from spirituality and the mature understanding, biblical understanding of spirituality. Today, we don't have a biblical understanding of spirituality. It's turned into woo-woo magic, spiritualism bullcrap, energy bullcrap, you know, astrology bullcrap, you know, stuff like that. Everyone's a pagan today. Nobody wants to talk about it, but everyone's a pagan now. And well, the pagans make worse art. You know, I think we're very good at making compelling environments nowadays, and I don't really know what that comes from. Maybe, in part, maybe materialists. Maybe they have an eye for the material world, and so they can make... I don't know about that. I don't think that's true, but maybe that's the only thing that we can now have that's good in the age of materialism, which is just beautiful environments, beautiful worlds, beautiful world design, right? Art. And when I say art, I just mean objectively just pretty looking landscapes, and that's it. That's all I mean. Which is pretty simple once you actually really think about it. But, you know, I mean, this is well made, this location here. It's unique, and it looks good, but, you know, we've got a huge problem right now today, which is, it's the death of sincerity. And it's always this, oh, you know, she'll be fine, right? He says right after she says it, kind of imitating and mocking her. And that's so modern day. That's not how people used to write. That's not how characters used to speak. And writing just used to be better. It just used to be better, you know? Bram Stoker with Dracula, better writing. H.P. Lovecraft and his writing, better writing. Tolkien, even though I want to fall asleep every second of his stuff, better writing. George Lucas with Star Wars prequels and originals, better writing, even though everybody, you know, ever since George Lucas, I guess, threw away Star Wars to Disney, now everybody wants to trash on George. Now everybody wants to act like now that George is an idiot and he's terrible at storytelling and he's a bad writer and blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Oh my God. You know, that was modern Shakespeare, the prequels and all that. You're a freaking retard if you can't see that. You are a freaking retard if you believe otherwise. Prequels are modern day Shakespeare. You're a freaking retard if you think or believe otherwise. If you cannot see it for the genius of what it was and how good the entire storyline is, you're a freaking idiot. It's a lot of petty people that don't like the prequels, and it's just like, you're just a freaking loser, man. I mean, come on, what else is better? You know, it's so funny because people will shill out certain things like the Thrawn trilogy. They'll shill out certain anime shows, movies, whatever, and other movies and shows. You know, there was once upon a time that there was a lot of good movies, and I miss those days. But to say that the prequels were not good makes you a fool. And ultimately, there's a lot of crap out there now, especially nowadays, that people act like is super great and super good. And no, it's not. It's absolute garbage. It's absolute garbage. But you know, people have absolutely awful taste. And you know, I don't give two craps what some freaking retard thinks is good or bad, because it's like, if it was up to you to make a story, you'd just fail. You're not a good writer. You're not a good storyteller. You don't know what you're doing. You're freaking retarded. But of course, you're going to sit there and tell people who are better than you, like George Lucas with Star Wars, that they suck at what they do. You're stupid. And how is it that George Lucas is so bad at what he does, yet everyone on the planet knows and loves Star Wars up until Disney took over? How is it that everything that Disney has made is terrible in Star Wars, but George Lucas is still one of the worst storytellers ever known? He made the most iconic franchise ever known to mankind. He did that. You cannot take that away from him. And somehow he's worse than other storytellers? Just get the frick out of here. I get it. Maybe you love The Godfather. Maybe you love something else. And Star Wars isn't that for you. But Star Wars is indefatigable in the sense that it is just better. And you're not. And how is it that George Lucas is such a freaking clown, apparently, at making fiction, and then yet there's all these other directors and writers that cannot live up to the Star Wars name that George Lucas set out? The Thrawn trilogy sucks. It's worse, much worse than the prequels and the originals. And by the way, the originals suck more than the prequels. And by the way, none of it sucks, but you know, the originals are boring. You're a freaking loser that you think the originals are better. Screw you. Anyways. You know, so many people, they shill out things that are really not that good. Oh man, people shilled out freaking Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. Crap. But anyways, like, how can so many people be so bad at writing stories, directing movies, whatnot? How can so many people suck at their job? And then George Lucas was great at it. And then you tell him that he's a freaking clown and he's not good at what he does, what he makes. You know, it's like the problem is are you being honest? It doesn't matter what another person thinks subjectively. What matters is, are you being honest? And there's a bunch of people who are just being dishonest. You're saying things that are dishonest. You're saying something's bad when it's objectively good. What is wrong with you? What is actually wrong with you that you cannot say the truth? There's something wrong with you. It's absolutely silly. And nice feet. Okay, so we go this way, right? Oh, yeah. Well, I need to say that last part. The death of sincerity. You know, we've gotten to a point where we can't deliver a sincere message, a solid, hard message. We can't do that anymore. Nowadays, we have to ease off anything that's serious. This is not the way that good writing used to be, and nowadays, with modern day people, we can't take it when subject matter is just serious, but also we don't know how to deliver serious subject matter anymore. If it's serious, you want to kill yourself. It's so freaking drab and morose nowadays. Once upon a time, however, subject matter that was serious these writers and these storytellers, they used to understand how do you deliver something that's serious and not ease off of the seriousness of the topic matter, but not push someone to think like, geez, I should just kill myself. It's so sad and depressing. But that's the reason why. That's the reason why we have this, tongue in mouth or tongue in cheek, whichever one, whatever. Tongue-in-cheek phrases like, oh, she'll be fine, says this freaking Asian chick with nice breasts. And then he's like, oh, she'll be fine, right? You see that kind of writing in everything nowadays. This weird passive aggressiveness, this weird lazy, lame form of humor. You're not funny, you're not charismatic. This is weird Zoomer / millennial humor is what this is. This is modern day person that's a lot of mental illness. This is liberal phenomenon writing right here. This is not like the more traditionalist writing that we used to get in so much of our fiction and our media in prior days. Near Replicant had better writing than this. There's Metal Gear Solid 5, better writing than this. There was a lot of Final Fantasy 7 that was good and some of it really gay. With the remakes that came out recently, and there's a little, that's kind of death of sincerity, I guess, a little bit too, and then you got Final Fantasy 15. That was absolutely great, that story, and sadly it was a unfinished game, but what we did get out of it was good, and I really wish that game was finished. It's amazing to me that so many games nowadays can be finished when we're looking at the fact that once upon a time, better games were just coming out. Simply put, better games were coming out. Once upon a time, Final Fantasy 15 was a mega game that it came out as like 1/5 or 1/6 of what the game was supposed to be. It's so depressing. You look at the games coming out today and it's like, wow, I mean, why couldn't we finish games and flesh them out like this? Like, even though it's a little bit janky, Tainted Grail, something of Avalon, that game that came out recently, that game is far more finished and complete. I mean, like almost more than Skyrim. The scenic environments, there's so many quests and they're creatively designed. That is a really good game. I'm actually really impressed with it. I think finally we have a game that can overtake Skyrim and the throne that it holds. And I don't care that the game's janky because it has good delivery and good execution in certain areas. Now, some of the game is woke, and that's a huge problem. But outside of the wokeness in the game, at least we got something good for once, right? And we got something creative. It actually amazes me how creative the writer or writers, game director is for that game. And I'm not trying to fluff it up too much. However, they did do a good job, But once upon a time, we used to get really good writing, and we used to get really good stories and characters, and nowadays we can't deliver a serious message because we're so materialistic, which i.e. it also means nihilistic. The focus on existentialism promotes innate, passive depression within the mind, within individuals. It's the way it works. There's a reason why so many modern day people are absolutely losing their minds, and it's just because materialism is a poison on the soul. And you do have a soul. To sit there and say that there is no such thing as a soul. But this is the thing, is that we've completely neglected God nowadays. Completely. Whether you're a Christian, air quotes, because modern Christians are just pagans and they don't realize it. Doesn't matter what you are, Christian or atheist, nobody believes in God anymore. Nobody recognizes him. And on top of that, nobody recognizes spirit or soul. We only recognize weirdo, satanic, voodoo magic. This idea that you align your chakras and the stars align, and apparently, you know, spiritual this is spiritual that, something having to do with child sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. That's what we have nowadays. It's just make it up for yourself spirituality. That's what we're at now. You know, I really miss the way that we used to write and the way that we used to tell stories and the way that we used to express characters and how heroism used to work. I miss that. A lot of European fiction was really good at this. And the Bible was another great basis. You know, European literature and then also the Bible put together, and it made some really great inspiration for stories. Moving past those two works, or you know, the work of the Bible and then European literature. You know, nowadays we're just so lost and we don't know what we're making anymore. And the way that characters communicate with each other, it's so modern day. It doesn't resemble anything of what down to earth, pragmatic people, how they think and how they speak to each other. We've lost a lot of sincerity, a lot of pragmatism, a lot of raw, real honesty, being down to earth in a lot of our fiction today. Oh, here we go. We're having a woman moment. Let's do it. Oh no. What the heck? Breathe. That's it? No. Okay, why the foreshadow? Why? And man, like, that was it? That was seriously it? Why does she always look like she's on meth? She looks wired. Imagine he just throws that rock right at her.
Still too far.
Oh, didn't this happen earlier? I don't know.
Out here isn't what I expected.
Yeah, it's a war zone.
Hey. You okay?
Nah, she's afraid she's gonna die. She's not doing okay.
Death out here is not like death in Lumiere, is it? I thought I was used to losing people.
Me too, biatch.
I've have a foster child, right?
Yeah, you want to have sex?
On the beach.
Good point. Good point. You want to have sex?
Yeah, I know. Never runs what we're prepared for, but... And now we finally found other survivors, and it's... You know, that's the insidious thing about the Gamage. It's predictable, almost gentle. It makes Lumiere complacent and accepting, but... The Gamage is equally violent than death. Death is just as final.
I've been having nightmares.
Yeah, me too.
I can be your nightmare.
Look, if death approaches, I want you to run. No, promise me. Run. Especially if we meet them
Why?
at the beach. We can't face it.
Why would you say that?
You run.
Only if you do the same.
Oh, I'm running as soon as I see a strand of white hair, trust me. You won't even see me, I'm running so fast.
Then why are you out here?
Oh, please, you're an old man. I can outrun you any day.
Yeah, right.
That's a weird way to hit on me.
There was a time.
I'm going in.
He was young, you know.
Sure.
Okay. Guy's going weirdo mode, I see. Alright, so he's creeping out over here, I see.
You here.
I hope we can trust him.
Well, at least we can upgrade our Pictos.
I guess that means we cannot trust him. You know, I think the visuals of this game are very fascinating. I think that, you know, I noticed something about modern day. Everything's eldritch now. I mean, this is literally eldritch being right here, what we're looking at. This is eldritch. Everything's eldritch now. Eldritch this, eldritch that. H.R. Geiger this, H.R. Geiger that, which is basically pretty much equivocal to H.P. Lovecraft with everything that has to surround eldritch beings and the Cthulhian mythos. I noticed that everything is inspired and based and premised upon this. I don't know why, but, you know, like, I don't know why. I don't think everyone's read H.P. Lovecraft or exactly seen H.R. Geiger's work. I don't believe that. It seems to me something greater, where I think something happened to the public, the collective consciousness, the zeitgeist, captured this way of thinking. Nowadays, we live in such existentialist, nihilistic, materialistic times that now we hyper-focus, instead of on the fantasy, really, of most things, like how we used to focus on vampires, wizards, stuff like that. Now we're focusing on these deathless beings that have fractured faces and whatnot. You know, all the existentialist visualizations of H.R. Geiger and H.P. Lovecraft. It's very fascinating to me. Do you really need to give yourself initials like that to become an author or an artist, by the way? Why does everyone have to do that? You know, George R.R. Martin. We had to get the R.R. in there. H.P. Lovecraft. H.R. Geiger. J.R.R. Tolkien. Do we really have to do this? I'm sorry, what's the purpose? Is it really necessary? Does that make people sound more official? Does it make men sound more professional? Is that the purpose of it? I don't know. You know, it's so weird, man. Experiencing fiction in media today is, quite frankly, it feels very tiring and it feels very heavy. This incessant focus on existentialism in all of our media, it really has gotten to the point. Again, it's existentialism, not spiritualism. You look at a story like... There's a spiritualism to Metal Gear Solid 5. And it's more of a heroism, spiritualism. The heroism of that storyline is more based in a spirituality than it is in existentialism. We look at Final Fantasy 15, and that is through and through a spiritualist storyline, which of course is matched by heroism. But whenever you have to notice that whenever we have these nihilistic existentialist storylines, notice that heroism is very difficult to actually fulfill, to actually flesh out in the storyline. Nier Automata is not a heroic story. It's a very nihilistic story. A well delivered one, a well written one, but it's still depressing all the same. And it still delivers the fact that it's not heroic. There's nothing redemptive about it. There's nothing aspirational. There's nothing uplifting about it. There's nothing really that enlightening. It's weird depression porn is what it is. And it's good for what it is. It does make you think a little bit. It does provoke a little bit of thought and intellectual analysis or probing. It does that. For most people, who are retards, I guess not so much. So I don't know what they're getting out of it. But, then we get to all these other games. And there's really nothing insightful that's being shared here. There's nothing that the mind is properly being probed upon. Instead, it's really as deep as the surface what you're getting, which is just death. And it's just think about death and just anxiously reminisce on death. And just simply that. There's no analysis. There's no investigation of layers of thought and meaning and ideas. It's all about death. What is death? What does it mean? What does it mean? Oh, let's just think about death. And what does death mean? It just means dead. And now let's engage with the nihilism. Let's engage with the anxiety that comes with the thought of death. And that's all of our media today. And that's all it provides today. We don't have, nowadays, we don't have heroic media anymore. That despite death, who are you and what do you strive to be until the fateful hour where you sacrifice yourself fighting and believing in something, and then maybe you die. That's what the story of Hercules in a lot of ways is, right? Story of Odysseus coming back home, but there's a lot of spiritualism embedded within that story. There's a lot of great stories, and they're all premised within premises and concepts surrounding thereof spiritualism. And it's once you remove spiritualism, it's once you eradicate, it's once you, it's once you abandon, or in some sense abandon, it's once you, really effectively speaking, it's once you orphan spiritualism, and this is what you're left with. In the orphanage of spiritualism, we find ourselves submerged and drowned in the pitties and the wallows of nihilism, existentialism, materialism, the focus on just simple surface level matter, which is just death. Hey, you know what it means to just die? Yeah. And that's that. And that's the intellectual probing that we have for our story today. We don't have the uplifting ideal that even in the face of death, you still strive for something more and something better. That at least your memory represents you and what you sacrificed yourself to be. That's what's so uplifting about any heroic story, is that you don't care if you live or die. You lived and you fought for something that was noble and ideal, something that is worthy beyond death. That is a fundamental, which has to be spiritualist in the end. To believe in something beyond yourself, beyond death, that is spiritual in of itself at the very fundamental layer of the conceptual basis. There's no way it can be materialistic. That's why all these materialistic stories, they struggle so much at actually having an idealistic narrative where the characters, despite all the terror that surrounds them, they still strive for more. They still strive for the ideal. We don't get that. We don't get that in all this nihilistic, materialistic fiction. And that's a pretty big problem. You know, this only defeats the soul. These sorts of stories and characters and worlds. Maybe the environments look beautiful, but you know what? I'm going to say it. The stories are not beautiful. Why do you want to just focus on fiction that is ugly? And there's people out there who do this, and those people are damaged in the freaking head, man. There's something messed up with them. The fact that you want to focus on what's ugly and not beautiful. There's actually a fascination that certain people have with what is ugly and not with what is beautiful, which that only signifies a corrosive soul. Or rather, I mean, yes, maybe corrosive, but also corroded. Whatever could have been there is now gone. A poison has taken place, and now your mind and your eye appeals to what's ugly and not what's beautiful. There's something wrong with you. Legitimately wrong with you. Very well, there is something to which is medically wrong with you. For you to have a preference towards ugly art, there's something that happened. There's something that's broken. To focus on something that isn't beautiful is to focus on something that does not possess the ideal. Why would you seek out something that does not possess the ideal? It only signifies that you are now broken down in some way, that you are a demoralized soul, and you seek nothing else but ugliness and death. And that is the issue with all these stories and all these games and all this nihilistic media. I don't care if anything looks pretty. I don't care if they actually gave Mal or the Asian chick enormous breasts. You know, freaking Rachel breasts from Ninja Gaiden or Momiji breasts. I don't care. I don't care. Because if we're sitting here and we're just focusing on nihilism, death, and ugliness, the ugliness of being, and not that despite all things, despite detriments upon your form, upon your being, upon your reality, whatever it is, despite all injury, despite all threat of death, whatever, you still strive towards what's beautiful, and you still strive towards what is the ideal, towards what is the aspirational, towards what is inspiring. That's what you strive towards. For some reason, to focus and to have your eye appealed towards what is death, what is ugly, what is morose. It shows a damaging of the spirit. And there's so many people. It has become so clear to me. So many people have a damaged spirit. So many people are lost within themselves of who they ever used to be or who they were or what could have been, rather. And they lost the heroic ideal within their own selves. Ultimately, I don't know how much I can say that materialism is feminine. I can't really tell on that one. I don't really think it is, actually, but spiritualism is innately masculine. Without even a shred of a doubt. Spirituality is exclusively masculine. I would say that really more than anything. Materialism and existentialism and nihilism is a non sequitur. It's a non-starter. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't begin anywhere. Spiritualism. Okay, scratch that. Materialism is the death of the soul. It is probably more masculine, though, materialism, than it is feminine. However, it definitely doesn't mean much. And it's more of a neutral than it is anything. It's more of a neutral, let's say, masculinity. A neutralized. That's probably really what it is. It's a neutralized masculinity. Opposed to the active living spirit of masculinity, which is spiritualism. You know, to lose your spiritualism is to lose the ember that exists within you. And there's so many people that once they give up on God and once they give up on spirituality, they give up on themselves. And it happens every time. You know, there's so many retarded atheists out there who act like that there's life or there's a world beyond spirituality. That you're a fool for giving in to spiritualism. And that there's an entire life to live, to lead by, through materialism, even though materialism ultimately robs you of everything. What is so great and what used to be so beautiful in all of our media once upon a time was the inert spiritualism of media and all of our fiction and all of our work. That's what used to be so beautiful. And now we've lost it. Forever lost it. So far, today, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we could ever truly... I mean, I know that I've made my own work, and that's sufficient as it is, but, you know, I think when we look at a lot of the media coming out today, I think we have lost that ember of masculinity, and the living ember is fueled and powered by spiritualism. And I don't know the day that we can actually properly see a zeitgeist reacquire the ideal, reacquire the masculine ideal, but ultimately just speaking more than anything, to reacquire masculine spirituality. I don't know what day that is, and I don't know how we could ever see that. Because right now, nihilism has just, in femininity, on top of that, we have gynocratic influence on all of our media today. On everything, on the way that we think and speak, it's gynocratic. We're suffering on that front. If we can never grow up from, mature from, graduate from feminism, modernity, egalitarianism, these poisons of the modern mind, if we cannot upgrade ourselves, evolve ourselves from these things right now, currently, then our media will never be good. And it will never recover itself from the depths and from the hollows to which we've now placed ourselves within, or that, well, we find ourselves in. And in a lot of ways, we built this for ourselves. Well, a lot of other people, that is, they built it for themselves. You know, there's nothing about me that cares about this game's story. And it's so sad that people have said that this is Game of the Year so far. Because it's like, yeah, this is Game of the Year. The bar is so low. Our media sucks so bad that this is the best contender that we have so far this year. And maybe now, Tainted Grail of Avalon, maybe that game comes close. Maybe. But that game's not much of a story game, even though it has okay storytelling through the game. It's more of a game than it is story. When we're thinking of stories, you know, because stories, they resemble and express the spirit of your time. And they resemble and express the health of civilization and its people. You make beautiful art. That means you have a beautiful people, and aspirational people, and inspiring people. When you make ugly art, when you make self-defeating art, art that focuses on death, art that focuses on the diminishment of the soul, well, that resembles a poison and resembles what's happening to the people. The people have become a poison, and they've administered it into their veins. They have taken in a toxin, and now it's suffocating them. And that's what we now express today. That's what now is resembled through our media today. Everything that we have now resembles the death of the spirit and death of the soul. It resembles the hollowing out of your very spirit. In any living ideal that could exist within you. That's what it resembles. You know, a great story has the power to really move the soul, to move the spirit, and that is the functional purpose. Well, you know, other things too. It's to pass down generational value, which is spiritual too, by the way. But you know, so it's for one to pass down generational value, but then two, the purpose of great storytelling is to move your soul, to bring it from a state of potential into kineticism, to make it kinetic. And instead of doing this now, modernist literature, modernist storytelling, modernist media and fiction it is an energy drainer. It hollows out your soul. It sucks out whatever is within and it takes it out. It takes out the circuit loop of energy. Instead, it leaves you as a powerless automaton, is what you become, is what it does to you. What is uplifting to your soul, to your spirit, experiencing a story like this, experiencing a story even like Nier Automata? Now, I appreciate the intellectual investigations of Nier Automata, but let's just be honest with ourselves, and also Nier Replicant. Let's be honest with ourselves about the topic matter. It sucks. It drains from you. And then it only really depends on who you are that you can sustain and withstand that. And instead you can turn that into energy. But that's only if you have the inquiring mind to wrestle with that topic matter. Because that topic matter is more about wrestling than anything. But when you have passively nihilistic, existentialist, materialistic media like this, it doesn't actually go anywhere. It simply is debasing of the soul, is what this is. Draining of your spirit. That's all this is. It's only as deep as the surface. Well, that's a big problem. Because now, you can't make anything out of this. That's number one. And then number two, now you're in conflict. Now you're fighting it. You're fighting what this means and what it possesses. You're fighting its images. You're fighting its meaning. You're fighting the blunders and the attacks on your soul. Well, isn't that amazing? We just disconnected from the stream. That's nice. I need to double check that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Ooh, frick, son. Alright, we reconnected. That's good. Anyway. We're back. You know, I miss the days of heroic storytelling, heroic media, heroic literature, the innate spiritualism of something that's beautiful and worthwhile. I miss those days and I miss that content. And now we are severely missing that, lacking it today. This is the sort of media that defeats the soul and doesn't build it. People do not purchase a movie ticket. People do not purchase a video game copy. People do not purchase music unless it has value to the soul. Unless it has that heroic, idealistic aspect that has to be dormant, latent within the media that you are digesting. And the stream's dying again. That's beautiful. It has to be latent within whatever it is that you are digesting, though. It can't be what we're getting now today, which is just focus on materialism, sacrifice everything that makes man and country, right? Sacrifice your race. Oh, your race doesn't matter. Just become a melting pot. It doesn't matter, bro. Who cares? Then we've got feminism. It doesn't matter what a man is or what a woman is. It doesn't matter what makes them, the two of them, different. Women can do all the things that men do. Women can do things instead of men. Indifference to men. You know, the rivalry of the sexes. Feminism. Not knowing your rightful place. It's very interesting how much we lack in our modern storytelling. There's no more introspection. There's no more insight. There's no more intelligence. There's another word for it. There's no more revelation in our works today. Everything is devoid of the ember to the thinking, active mind, to the aspirational mind, to the inquiring mind, to the adventurous, thoughtful, endeavoring mind. We've lost that exact spirit and soul of consciousness. And now today we have thoughtlessness, we have this nihilism, we have this existentialism, this materialism, that things are only as deep as they are. But they're also reductive as they are as well. It doesn't matter if you're white or black, everyone's equal. Doesn't matter if you're man or woman, everyone's equal. Man, this modernist thinking, it's just so corrosive. It's a pathogen. It's pathogenic thinking. Interesting. You know, so that's ultimately everything I'm talking about here. I'm disappointed with this game. And I'm being honest when I say that. It's the best that we've gotten amongst the worst. And it's really sad to say that. You know, I respect what they're trying to do here, but it's like, this still represents the disease of modernity. And what, because it's better than all the rest of the horse trash, we're supposed to worship and praise this? No, this is not good. This is not... This does not hold up to what we have gotten in the past. This simply does not hold up. I'm not convinced. I'm not happy with it. You could have done better. And it's not that. It's not that. I mean, yes, you could have done better, but it's not who they are to make what is better. I'm disappointed with the spirit of our times. That's ultimately where I'm at. I'm very disappointed with the spirit of our times. I'm disappointed. You know, I don't enjoy playing these games most of the time. I don't enjoy the stories. I don't really care where it's going. I don't care about the characters. This sucks. This is crappy. I mean, this feels like female fiction. It has the depth of that. There's nothing actually enticing about this. And as we've already stated, the actual spirit of masculine storytelling is not here. Completely lacking. You know, the beauty of your media, the beauty of your fiction, the beauty of your art from your society, from your culture, resembles the health and the worth and the value of your country. If you cannot make beautiful, amazing art as a civilization, you have a worthless society. Art is what resembles the sophistication of the mind, which ultimately resembles the capability of the spirit, the capability of the soul, the capability of the collective consciousness of individuals. There's a point in time where America had beautiful art, and it was because it was resembling a people who were competent, capable, intelligent, thoughtful, experienced. And now everything's ugly. Now everything's stupid. Now everything is thoughtless. Everything is meaningless, really. Everything is devoid of an intrinsic ideal and acclamation of supreme being, of supreme value. It is completely lacking. What makes me even more sad is just how many people nowadays are soulless golems, and they don't see a problem with this kind of fiction, this kind of work. They're not smart enough to see through the spiritual decay that we have and are experiencing as a society, as a culture. They're too stupid and they're too thoughtless to see what they're missing and what they're losing and what they're missing out on. They're too stupid to not realize what they don't have and what could be. It brings me to this point where right? I feel like I'm forcing myself through this game. I don't feel like I'm actually playing it. And I don't feel like I actually care about where this is going. Right? I feel like I'm kind of done with it. That's what I actually feel like. There's nothing here for me. There's not a great story going on. The gameplay, honestly, I'm not having fun with the gameplay. It's not rewarding. You know, the issue with a lot of modern gaming, and I think it was during the 2010s that we really started to get a good grapple on gaming and gameplay. But I think a lot of modern games coming out, they're trying to be too complex to the point that they become complicated, and because they're missing the mark on the complexity and they're becoming complicated, now it's just frustrating to play the game. And for me, this game is kind of vexing to play. You know, it's weird because I don't want to hate on what the developers have made here, and I want to appreciate what it is that they've created. I don't want to be disapproving of their efforts. But right, we also need to be honest about what it is that we're experiencing, what we're receiving. And right now, everything that I'm seeing here, everything that we're getting, it is definitively disappointing for me. Honestly, this could be better. But I do appreciate different aspects of this game. I like this luminous system because it rewards you kind of grinding out something as you play the game, right? As you go through the campaign. It's a nice little RPG aspect. So I do appreciate this. That's pretty nice. That definitely increases damage. So I do like this, right? We can figure out a way to use all of these in the tree. All of these different buffs. Yeah, I never counteract, ever. Applying defenseless is kind of nice, but I think I would be better off. I would be better off doing this. You know, there was a time in America, though, where all of the media that we were creating was honestly really was not missing the mark almost ever. A lot of the media, once upon a time, that was coming out, it was hitting the mark pretty consistently. It used to be a sight to behold when something was bad. It was like, oh, that's bad, what the heck? Nowadays, everything's just bad. Now, it's like, is anything good? And no, nothing is good. Everything has to have a freaking melting pot. Why can this whole cast not just be a bunch of white people? Once upon a time, it used to just be, oh, a French game about French people. Okay, everyone's white. No, we have to have an Asian chick. This is stupid. What are we doing here? Why do we have to have an Asian in a freaking French game? I mean, at least it's not a black chick, but love of God, man. It couldn't just be two French women? Really? I just... Why can we not just represent things for what they ought to be? Yeah, we are not doing things the right way. Alright, so we can add things to our favorites. So I guess I'll do that. That's a good one. That's a good one. This is a good one. Maybe at some point cleansing tint, but not now. Maybe versatile, because that is a good way to increase your damage. I might actually want to do that going forward. Doing more damage right now is what matters most. Honestly, the staggering attack doesn't matter much at the moment. Critical burn is pretty good, so putting burn on my enemies gives me a little bit more critical chance. That's good. Dodger is pretty cheap, so I guess that's a good one too.
For those who come after.
Whatever. Man, it's just like, what does that mean? Does that actually... what are we playing games for? Was that really a good use of time right there? Did that really matter? And just being honest, what did I get out of that? Absolutely nothing. You know... We're trying to have these, like, sentimental moments where it seems like we're being really insightful, and we're not. There's nothing insightful that's being had. I mean, it just feels like at a certain point, it's just a time-wasting simulator. What are you getting out of this? Man, it just feels like a lot of modern developers and writers and directors and whatnot, they're just not good at what they do. And if I'm being completely honest, it really feels like they have no business being in the industry. You're just not that good at what you do. I don't know, you know, when you're dealing with this kind of budget, It's so sad that this is the best that we've gotten. It really is so sad. We should be getting better than this. And it's crazy that we simply are not. Did I select the wrong thing? Oh, no.
Been a long time since I've seen you play.
A gestural village.
Yeah, she's definitely ready to bang.
I still can't believe they exist. I mean, what other fairy tales are real?
This is ultimately a war of information. There's still too much we don't understand.
Infowars.
Where the paintress comes from? Why she does what she does? Who is she? 70 years and we still barely know anything.
And the man on the beach.
Why are we talking about this?
Too many
This feels
unknowns.
so, like, low context or no context at all.
If we take down the paintress,
What's with all the
we think future
smiling?
generations of humans to
Dude,
fulfill the mission.
what is going on? Well, why are they smiling like that? Dude!
Yeah. Holding it together.
Oh my god, dude, just bang each other already. What the what is with the dude, the smile? What are we
Can't bring
doing?
anyone back. But I thought we can keep their spirit alive by pushing forward.
So we should bang.
At least there's 3 of us now.
I can have a threesome. The perfect
Hasn't
moment
changed.
for me.
Tomorrow comes.
Tomorrow comes.
God, we're so cocked nowadays. We couldn't have a shower scene. Jeez Louise, man, if this game came out 15, 20 years ago, we would have had a freaking shower scene. Something. There would be a random pond somewhere. And she'd be naked. She'd be going into the pond. She'd be like, bang me now. Instead, they're talking about their freaking fifis. It's like 2 men talking to each other. Only one of them has long hair. And I guess breasts. What's up? Jeez, man. I'm so disappointed. Nice feet.
Told you gestrals were real.
You did not.
Well, I thought it.
And I could still sex you. Why would you finish this game? It's an actual question I have. Why would you finish this game? Like right now, I just feel like we're wandering, diddling about. I don't feel like we're actually doing anything. Where is the story going? Where are the characters
Did
going?
Maggie tell you anything more about the village, other than red trees everywhere?
Noko's not great with specifics.
We'll just have to think like gestrals then.
Oh man, you know what pains me in all this? I'm a better writer than this freaking crap. I seriously just make better stuff than this. You know what makes me angry more than anything? Is the fact that my freaking writing is not what this game is based on. Like, you know, one of my books, one of my stories, they are what this game should be based on. Or some other game. I mean, you know, a good game should just have a good story. And we just do not have it. And like every time I pick up these games, I'm like, oh my god, this story sucks. I'm getting nothing out of this. And I'm just like, geez Louise, like, I would rather experience my own stories than this. Every time. It's every time. I mean, they're just simply not at my level. It is so frustrating. It feels like such an utter waste of time. When you know that there's better stuff out there than this, it's like, okay, I mean, what are we doing here, man? What am I doing? Uh-oh. What the mother? Nah, son. Whatever. You know, I'm having a tough time with this. Like, do I want to keep on going with this game, though? It's a genuine question. I don't know. I don't know if I want to finish it because I am sincerely getting nothing out of this. It's crazy. What's that over there? Well, that's interesting. What the frick are you? A lost gestural.
Ah, tous les Willow, fausse équipe. Ah, Malonino, peso fossiloto. Oh, Grinda David, eso kilo.
Okay. Okay. Whoa, that damage. Wow. That is something else. Oh, no way. Ow.
This was weak.
Lol. Raffle. It upgraded. Automatically like that? Okay. Alright guys, I stepped away for a little bit and we're back. Right now, I'm actually going to be stepping away. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with this game. I can't really tell. But you know, I guess I'm not really gonna be playing it. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing it in the future. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be releasing this video, so I'm gonna be doing that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a couple of thoughts, but I'm gonna be releasing this video, but maybe this is the last one. I can't tell. It just feels like for me that I don't really enjoy this game. I don't really want to continue playing it, if I'm being honest. And maybe I come back. I don't know. Maybe I continue it as no commentary. I might do that. I could. It's a possibility. So we'll see what I do in the future. But at the very least, this is the end of this video. We're going to be getting into some other things. There's some other games that have come out that we're going to be playing. So, with that being said, we may or may not come back to this game. But, you know, I've said this many times in the past. Do not believe that you owe your time to these developers. I never finished the DLC for Elden Ring. Never finished it. And I never plan to. I bought it, I paid money for it, and I never finished it because I did not enjoy playing it. And I'm there with this as well. Understand that even if you spent money for this stuff, you do not have to finish these games. You don't have to play them. If you are genuinely not enjoying your time, then it's just about time that you do something else. Do what you enjoy to do. Don't waste your time. You know, in the past, like as I'm playing this game, I was getting flashbacks during a certain period in this video, and I was getting flashbacks to when I've played games that I did not enjoy playing them, but I was forcing myself to finish them. I've done that many times in the past, and I feel so disappointed in myself for having done that. It's like I actually wasted my time. I actually sat there and I forced myself to play through this when I was not enjoying it. I really wasted my time like that. And yeah, I did. Once upon a time. And I'm definitely... I regret that. I do regret that. The way that I wasted my time in the past. I really do regret that. There's games that I played where it's like, why did you put your time into that? There's no reason. It was not fun, but I was forcing myself through, mostly on principle to finish the game, and then also, I paid money, so might as well finish it, right? But there's nothing that you get for finishing a game that you don't enjoy playing. There's a lot that you get out of playing a game that you enjoy, but there's nothing to be gained when you play a game that you do not enjoy. So, I leave it at that. We may or may not be back for this game. You know, if I could just play this game like a movie, maybe I would have finished it just to experience the movie that this game is, but nah, I really don't want to slog through a bunch of gameplay to get to the rest of the movie, you know? But you know, maybe at some point I might come back to this game. It's still a possibility for me, so I'll think about it. But anyway, outside of that, I guess we are done here. And we're going to be getting into, after this, I don't know. I don't like saying what I'm going to play next, because sometimes I don't play those games. So, I'll be back and we'll be playing something.